I didn't really know that speaking was part of this. And as Sarah said, I talk kind of softly, except maybe sometimes I'm talking to my daughter. So I'll use the mic. And they said 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to try to stay in there. I'll first say that I am honored to receive this award and to have had so many students, former students, colleagues, and staff write such supportive letters. And I'm humbled to be recognized in the same ceremony as Matt Johnson, who is such a great mentor and a friend to me personally, helping me with graduate students, other university issues, and with my cats, and anything in between. I miss him a great deal. I find myself actually somewhat unsure about what to say, but there are those in this room who may find that hard to believe. I've even written this out, which is also unusual for me. I want to avoid falling into old cliches and repeating what everyone else says. At the risk of failing in this mission, I'll proceed. Like so many in this room, I'm here because a faculty member or teacher reached out and gave me just the right words at a time I needed them most. For me, there have been several. Some 30 years ago, my zoology professor, yes, I was a zoology major, at the University of Oklahoma, asked me how I was doing before class one day, as a first semester freshman. When I replied, I'm not cut out for college, I really want to drop out, just wash dishes, it'd be a lot easier. He simply replied, that would be a waste. Little did he realize that I was feeling desperately lonely and in pain. My best friend had just killed himself a few days before. I'm sure the professor didn't know, but he knew something was up. 3 years later, even though I changed my major to English and sociology after a bad run with chemistry, he was still a source of encouragement. Even years later, in a tenure-track position later, when I looked him up to say thank you, he not only remembered me, but continued his encouragement, assuring me that CSUN was lucky to have me. Through the years since, there have been many who stepped up to engage me academically and support me personally through undergrad, grad, and as a faculty member. I actually see a few of them here. I'm going to point out Ree in particular, who I did the faculty mentor training program with in 1999, I think we figured. You know, just some amazing people here. Where have I spelled? We all have these stories. They're why we never gave up and why we do what we do. I was very fortunate to have those mentors who weren't afraid to know me as a person, to reach out to me in ways that involved my heart as well as my head. I try to bring that same approach to my work. The belief in students as whole people and the knowledge that one cannot teach to a cerebral cortex if the heart isn't there. Drawing the park and bell books, but other folks like that. My office door is open and remains open to any concern, question, or problem because of this belief. I strongly believe that my role as a professor and mentor is that of an advocate, as too many students don't know what it's like to have someone truly in their corner to stand up for them academically and personally, whether it be helping them get what they need to graduate, guiding them through the grad school preparations, or providing support and direction with personal issues, including those of violent victimization. I'm there. They honor me with this trust, and I am honored to be their advocate and to stand in their corner. This may be more meaningful than anything I teach in the classroom. It's difficult for me to talk about how and why I approach teaching and mentoring this way without describing what a gift it is to me. I grew up working class in a Scandinavian American community of about 3,000 in Iowa. We had 3 Lutheran churches, 2 Norwegian and 1 Swedish, just to give you a feel. There were a handful of other Northern European groups, but it was not diverse like it is here, by any stretch of the imagination. Everything I've learned outside that upbringing has been because others have generously shared their lives with me. Students constantly enrich my life by teaching me about where they come from, histories, perspectives, obstacles, and achievements. Jose has taught me so much about El Salvador, the war in El Salvador, the survival of so much. I can't even put words to it. As an example, I'm eternally grateful and honored by those students who have taught me so much, making the taking for granted visible and showing me new worlds I wouldn't have known otherwise. Indeed, because of them, I'm able to continue growing as an educator, a mentor, and a person. In closing, this award deeply touches me because it goes to the heart of who I've always hoped to be as a professor, someone who does make a difference. And thank you to the selection committee, Dr. David Ballard for nominating me, those who wrote letters on my behalf. And I'm surprised I haven't cried more. I cried looking at some of them, for sure. My husband and daughter for sharing me with my job and the particular way I do my job. And most of all to my students who give me so much and who serve as an inspiration to me.